Okay, here's some of the things that people do that makes them to blow. Chasing price. Chasing price when they see it rejecting on a level. So suppose price is going up, a candle is going up, and they see it failing to break a certain level, they start selling with no signal, no strategy or whatever. They're just looking at a big candle, then they start selling. It breaks out, they sell again. It breaks out, they sell again because for some odd reasons they think price maybe it's too high, right? It goes up again, they sell again. Goes up, they sell again until it blows their account. You find that they end up having a lot of sales, similar to buyers when price is coming down. When it gets to a certain level, they sit rejecting the buy. It goes down again, they buy because they are not happy with the fact that the first buy is not working out. They are not happy with the fact that the first buy is not working out or they are wrong, right? It has to do with having too much ego. So the ego doesn't allow them to admit that the market is right. And of course, the market is always right even when it's wrong. Okay. So when you check a position, when you check a trade, you sell here, if it goes up, let it find your stop loss up there. Don't sell again with the mentality that if I sell here, by the time it gets here, I will be in big profit and all that. That's actually what makes people to blow. Let me show you a practical example of what I'm saying right now. You will see
Obliged to
how
buy
bad.
again. This is why people lose money with this thing when they're chasing price. Notice how it's gonna bounce on the next line that I've marked. There's the line. Notice how it's doing the same thing. Once it checks out this line, it's gonna go to the next line and do the same thing until it gets your stop loss. This is why you shouldn't chase price, because if you keep on buying this thing, it will keep on going in there. Notice, as long as it keeps bouncing here, if it breaks out of this bounce, pushes to this bounce and do the same thing, it's eventually going to create a new low lower than this and hit the stop losses that are hidden. That's why I say people shouldn't chase price. Don't be an emotional trader. That's the whole point. So if you have a buy here, whatever that you're looking at to buy this, stick to that buy. Because this, look, first first line that we marked was this one, and it was bouncing heavily. Second line is this, it bounced and even went beyond. The third line that I marked is this one. It's turning back from it. We're not sure if it's turning back. The next line is this. Where's the next line? I'm gonna put another one. It's just outside this candle. Okay, these are all the lines that I can mark or think of right now where one is attempting to buy. Be content with your first trade that you took. This is why you're not supposed to watch the markets. This is exactly what I mean. People get into irrational trades because they watch. Your buy is here, and then here is another point which was seemed to be a nice area for a buy. Here is another point that seemed to be another area for a buy. Another one. Look at how it's bouncing. What will you think of when you're here? Obviously, you're gonna think, "Let me buy." It's 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 a, it's failing to break this price level. Let me buy so that I can make up for this. These are some of the things that people do when they are watching the market. Never ever sit down and watch the market. Be content with your buy, take a trade, put a stop loss. That's it. But if you keep on watching, you will think, let me buy, let me buy. It broke this level. It broke that level. It's bouncing from this. It might break this and break that and break that and eventually it will stop. So mentally you have to be what? Stable. If you're not stable, you're just gonna keep on buying as it goes down. And it will eventually do what? Hit your stop loss or blow your account. Check a trade, let it move. That's what I'm trying to. There we go. It's continuing to the next level. So if you started buying here when you saw it going back up, look at this. It might check out this level, check that, and even jump and hit stop loss. I would appreciate it if it could go down and hit a stop loss. Just to show you that you getting entry doesn't necessarily mean price is gonna go back and do your things right. And you having levels where you're saying it will change. This thing doesn't care. But make sure that you have a stop loss in place in case if all this were all possible levels. And I'm pretty much sure there is someone out there who have a buy, who bought again, yeah, because it was bouncing. You can see it. And you are watching it, you can see it that it's bouncing. There's another person there who's looking at it bouncing, buying right now, right? And it might pass and do the same thing, bounce there, pass and bounce there, pass and bounce there. And if you keep on buying, notice how you'll have a bunch of buy orders there. Okay, you will have a lot of buy orders. At the end of the day, you find that now you blow an account. Who do you blame? You're gonna say Hot Forex, or you're gonna say JP Markets, or whatever broker you're using. They blew my account and changed the direction. No, nobody blew your account. You bought here, but because you're very smart, you were thinking, Nina, the market is wrong. Let me buy again. When you saw it coming down, you buy again, you buy again. Look at that. It's checking out that level. Where it was bouncing, it's been bouncing there for the past 5 minutes. There we go. Let's see if it's gonna bounce there on the next level. There we go. It's bouncing on that level. Don't ask me how I know which levels to put to point. Don't ask how I know where it's gonna bounce next. And yeah, you see, it's bouncing on that level again. It's bouncing. You see, it might spend another 5 minutes bouncing there until this can close, or 2 minutes bouncing there. But once it passes this, it's gonna bounce on the next level. Once it touches this one, it's gonna bounce on the next level. Okay, and eventually hit the stop loss. If you are an emotional trader, you will be buying while it's doing all these bounces, because it looks like it's gonna turn when it's bouncing. Let's see, it's bouncing on the next one. Let's see. It's doing that. Yes, it's bouncing on the next one. This is why take one trade, let the market move. It goes south, you're gonna get stopped. You see, it bounced on this one. If it passes this, it's gonna hit this stop loss. It's gonna hit this stop loss. Never ever watch the market. Do not watch the market. Take a trade, let it run. That's Vindi being real right now. Because a lot of people I know, a lot of amateur traders, they see it doing up and down. They're like, it's gonna go up. You see, it's rejecting. Then you buy. Look at how many buys, how many levels this thing has passed. It bounced there, bounced there, bounced there, bounced there, bounced there. How many buys were you gonna have? 5 more buys from the one that you actually had initially. Okay, and the 3 of these are still negative. You can see prices below those. And if your account is very small, you blow. Look at that. 4 of those are negative. This is the 5th one. If it passes this, you'll be having 6 trades that are in negative direction. This is what people do every day. You see, it's passing. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades in negative. If I was chasing price and staking up orders, this is how many negative trades I was gonna have at this point. Okay, and if all of these trades, they wouldn't have to move 10,000 pips. By the time they get there, you find that the loss is super big. And what do you do when it does this? It's gonna create another bounce. It's bouncing there. What do? You're gonna put another buy if you're an emotional trade. At the end of the day, you have 10 buys. You blow up, the broker blew my account. What were you doing with those buys that were staking up? This is why people get smart when the trade is not working out. This is the exact thing that I'm talking about. How do you expect the market? What tells you that all these trades are gonna work out? What if price continues forever? It will find you with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades, all of them in negative. You panic, and now you panic more because all of them are in negative. What are you gonna do? You're gonna add another buy. When you see it bouncing on this level, you're gonna open another trade, hoping that by the time it gets to this one, the first one that you took, you will have more money by the time it gets there. And by the time it doesn't get there, this candle closes bearish. You can see in 8 minutes, if it closes bearish there, the next candle is most likely to hit the stop loss. That's the behavior. That's what people do every day. But they even watch it on 5 minutes. 5 minutes. You even watch it on 5 minutes. It's not gonna change whether you watch it all night. You even watch it here for 1 minute. You see? It comes down and hit a stop. But look when you're looking at the market, look at how one would have stacked a lot of trades to the downside. This is not supposed to. This is not how you trade the markets. Check one trade, put a stop loss, let the market move. Because if I was to put trades in all those levels where price was rejecting, this was gonna be a terrible thing to do. That's just me being real. Just the reality. Bounce there, bounce there, bounce there. How many buys were you gonna have? 5 more buys from the one that you actually had initially. Okay, and the 3 of these are still negative. You can see prices below those. And if your account is very small, you blow. Look at that. 4 of those are negative. This is the 5th one. If it passes this, you'll be having 6 trades that are in negative direction. This is what people do every day. You see, it's passing. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades in negative. If I was chasing price and staking up orders, this is how many negative trades I was gonna have at this point. Okay, and if all of these trades, they wouldn't have to move 10,000 pips. By the time they get there, you find that the loss is super big. And what do you do when it does this? It's gonna create another bounce. It's bouncing there. What do? You're gonna put another buy if you're in emotional trade. At the end of the day, you have 10 buys. You blow up, the broker blew my account. What were you doing with those buys that were staking up? This is why people get smart when the trade is not working out. This is the exact thing that I'm talking about. How do you expect the market? What tells you that all these trades are gonna work out? What if price continues forever? It will find you with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades, all of them in negative. You panic, and now you panic more because all of them are in negative. What are you gonna do? You're gonna add another buy. When you see it bouncing on this level, you're gonna open another trade, hoping that by the time it gets to this one, the first one that you took, you will have more money by the time it gets there. And by the time it doesn't get there, this candle closes bearish. You can see in 8 minutes, if it closes bearish there, the next candle is most likely to hit the stop loss. That's the behavior. That's what people do every day. But they even watch it on 5 minutes. 5 minutes. You even watch it on 5 minutes. It's not gonna change whether you watch it all night. You even watch it here for 1 minute. You see? It comes down and hit a stop. But look at when you're looking at the market, look at how one would have stacked a lot of trades to the downside. This is not how you trade the markets. Check one trade, put a stop loss, let the market move. Because if I was to put trades in all those levels where price was rejecting, this was gonna be a terrible thing to do. That's just me being real. Just the reality. Yeah, so it is what it is. So this is not all about, so this is an hour later, 2 hours later. This is not all about you being right at the end. It's all about what is it that you are thinking of. What is it that you are thinking of at that time when you take a trade and when things are not working, going in your direction? Because when you take a buy here and price goes down, what is it that you're doing? Of course, a lot of people are gonna do those things, and then it turns out that price pushes lower, much lower. If you're buying, or you start selling, then price changes and goes in the opposite direction, the initial direction. That's why it's very important for you to sit down, analyze, be content with your direction, put together your strategies, put together. I mean, there's a lot of content that I've put up here. If you combine it together, you're most likely to find something that is a bit robust. Okay, the same content that I've put up here on YouTube or here on Telegram, make sure that you check that out. See if you can combine something to find to get a better strategy or entry strategy and all that. Okay, but if you want to chase price, this is the outcomes of actually one chasing price. If you're doing the ups and downs, so if you sold here, price went back up. Okay, so even if you were placing buys, you've seen when price was here, it was a bit weird. And if you're going now to the lot sizes, that was going to be terrifying for you, and you're going to try to actually defend yourself from losing a lot of money. And that's when now you snap. That's when you snap. Determine what your risk is going to be, right? When you're done with that, then put your stop loss where it's supposed to be, okay, and then let the market move. If it goes against you, yes, it is what it is, okay. It is what it is. Losing is part of trading. Blowing is not part of trading, because we've calculated how much you want to risk in that particular case on that specific trade. Okay, so this is what and I'm going to say about this particular thing. I hope this video will give you a bit of an idea as to what you should or shouldn't do, or why I always say that do not chase price. Check one trade. Be content with your entry. Be content with how much you are risking as far as the stop level goes, stop loss there. Be content with that, because it's going to create that sort of mental stability. But if you fight price when you see it going in your direction or going against you, that's when now you open up for a lot of um trouble. Okay, should you like this video, make sure that you share it with your friends. If that's the thing, don't forget to go over to Telegram and yeah, check out other videos that I've posted there. And if you're one of those people who are looking for shortcuts, or you're looking for a holy grail strategy, unfortunately, Vindi is not the right person to tell you things, to tell you what you want to hear. Don't forget to subscribe. And yeah, that's it. I hope you guys have seen why you shouldn't chase price and why you shouldn't do that. I don't care if one is saying, but if it took buys here, the money would have been a lot. Think about when price was still going down and going against everything. That's the feeling that actually counts. What do you do when things are not working out? Your action when things are not working out. This thing is the same as when maybe they dump you. Then the next thing you pull a gun. You want to kill someone because they dumped you. It's the same thing. Mental stability, be stable. Be stable. It doesn't just come. Take a trade, forget. That's what makes trading hard. The psychological part. And nobody's gonna prepare you or train you to be psychologically stable. What you do when you are losing, exactly what I was showing you. The fact that one was gonna open a lot of trades shows that they're not stable psychological. They don't want to lose. They want to try their best to protect their accounts from what? From the unknown. Because you never know if price is gonna go back and move in your direction. You can't protect yourself from the unknown. Especially when you are reacting to something that's moving. You don't know what's heading. The only thing that we can do is to use whatever entry strategy, put our stop loss. Then we know, okay, we know this is a strategy that we use. That's the known variable. Okay. And then what do we do next? We put our stop loss. We know where to put our stop loss. That is known. And we know how much the stop loss is. That is known. We know how much our lot size is going to be. That is known. But the unknown variable is the outcome as to whether price is going to go in our favor or go against us. Okay. But should it go against us, we have a stop loss in place. Does it make sense? If it makes sense, just comment down the description box. Let me know if it makes sense. The comment section, rather. Tell me if it makes sense, if you can relate, if this is something that you've been asking yourself. Let me know once more. Your feedback will be highly appreciated. Otherwise, let me shut this down. Ship.